Andy Johnson, we're looking at academic writing, both the process and the product. Academic writing is when you present information, transmit ideas using precise, concise language as efficiently and economic as possible. Now, a process is a systematic series of steps designed to achieve a particular end. The written product is a result of the process. It's all about the process. Here are the 6 steps to the super secret academic writing process. If you follow the process, anyone can write well. Now, these steps are recursive, meaning you go back and forth, not linear. It's not a formula, but if you follow the steps, you cannot help but write well. Step 1. Gather data. You cannot write unless you have something to write about. This means taking notes, interviews, observations, inquiries, or surveys, but you're getting data. Or it usually means looking at journals or academic books. Now, if you are reading to get data, reading journals or academic books, you need to use a study skill strategy to read expository text. And here are some of them. You cannot read a text or an academic journal like you read a Harry Potter book. Everyone has to read and take notes and do some strategy to understand and gather data. I use a simple note-taking strategy where I put the citation on top and use short abbreviated sentences to get just the information that I need from that article or book. Citation on top, short abbreviated sentences, so I have my data, something to write about. Having a cohesive body of information makes your academic writing easier, enhances the quality of the product. Now, people think they're going to take shortcuts here. I'll just open the book and highlight and write from that. No, shortcuts always end up being long cuts. Spending time up front saves you much time and frustration later on and helps you create a better writing product. Use credible sources, and you know your field. And it always helps if you start with a clearly defined topic or question when you begin looking at data. That helps you focus on exactly what you need. Credible sources. Step 2, print out your notes. I always write and then I type it out and then I print it out. I recommend using 10-point font so you can see it. Single-sided sheet of paper. Now this allows you to see the headings and subheadings. Inductive analysis is you look for groups to arise from the data and you move the information into groups so you see structure arising. Now, as I'm moving ideas into groups, I always document so I remember where I got that information so that I can cite it later on when I am writing. Step 3, the draft, the first draft, or the sloppy copy. It's your first attempt to get ideas on the paper. It's like a potter throwing a blob of clay on the pot. Now, most papers get stuck here because writers think it has to be just right. Oh my gosh, this doesn't write. Do not think that way. You cannot write well if you're not first willing to write poorly. You have to have garbage. This is where you must celebrate garbage. It's your first attempt to get writing on the paper. Get your ideas out there. Don't worry about what it looks like now. The first step should always be horrible, bad garbage. Revision is the heart of the academic writing process. Revision, see again, or see again and again and again and again and again. Here you are embracing contraries. Writing involves two diametrically opposed cognitive processes. You need to generate ideas, get them on the paper, but then you need to take them away. So it's two processes, but you can't do them both at the same time. All right, in the last step, in step number 2, we get the ideas on the paper, the draft. Step number 3, I'm sorry. And here we're taking away, we're rearranging things, we're putting them away. Now the draft, that last step, you want to do it without thinking. All right, without thinking. This frees up the subconscious to organize ideas and make associations. And again, step 1, gather data. Step 2, the pre-draft, you're taking notes. Step 3, first draft. Step 4, revise, but notice sometimes you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with these, all right? Recursive. But after you have revised, then you go to the editing step. Step 5, all right? Of course, you use a spell check and grammar. Writing groups is an effective way to get feedback and develop your writing skills, and I'll be talking about 2 of these in the next video. And then step 6, get those ideas out there. Share the paper. All right, that's just a very quick overview of the super secret academic writing process by my book. It's in there.